All right, guys, how we doing? All right, so per our polling today here, you wanted Bitcoin. So we've got three that tied here. So it's Bitcoin to the dollar, EOS to the dollar, and Litecoin to the dollar. I'm going to get to all three of them, but boy, I took getting a late start here because I really took some time, went through the Bitcoin count to see if there's an alternate or something that we're missing, or a place where maybe there's a force fit going on here that if upon really digging into it, is there an alternate? And having gone through this multiple times, I continue to come back to the idea here that I have a very solid candidate down here for this to be finished, right? So I know we get a little bullish action today, right? And people get excited about that, but we got to keep some context on the larger degree here is where we are. This is nothing. We are still in the same $1,000 range we've been in all year. So yeah, that's good to see. We're getting a little bump today. But trying to put the longer term count together here is really challenging. So here's the single. This I would tell you. Let's see, where's this? This wave right here. This bit right here is the difficult bit. Okay, this is a three wave. Right? I've been through it multiple times on multiple time frames. You cannot get an impulse there. It is just, if you do, you're force fitting it. This is an ABC. And if you acknowledge that's an ABC here, working backwards and forwards, it eliminates possibilities for us. So with that defined as an ABC, through process of elimination, there's only so many alternates here that we can get. Now, this is technical, as of course I've shown this before. So if we look, oh, I got the wrong one on here. So hang on, I've got the wolf range here. It was a slight break. Let me get right on it here. This was where we had the very slight break here. So let me get this right smack dab on that low. This is the one that had the very slight break here. So we had this. Pull this off here. You can see it. It's almost. It's a couple of sats through. I mean, it is really just a modest little couple of tick break. So you know, a break's a break, right? So. Does an algorithm stay with it? Well, it certainly would seem that something along those lines happened. But note, here's the algo target. It's denied. They don't get it till right here. Little reaction here. So is that the reaction? Well, it's hard to say because this is equally technical, and that one, that's where we get our 3,200. And of course, we've been through this, God knows how many times. But just to kind of tee it up and show you the whole. Oh, pardon me. This is the second. This is the one that went second target here. So here's the second target. So we look here off to the side. So if I pull here, this golden zone, here's first target, here's second target. So then this one here, if we look over on this side, so we've got second target on top of second target. Do you see that? So looking from here, second target. Looking from here, I get second target. All right, so we've got, and then the big one that we've shown a number of times here, I think. Yeah, well, that kind of makes the point. So we've got enough confluence. There's a number of other things that would give us some confluence down here. We had the very large one, also had a 618 here, and I think it was from the 2. Here, let me just put this all back together. So I know you guys have seen these many times here, but there it is. So if I go on that length, so now you see this green line right here. If I wiggle that, right? So we've seen that one. So you have 3 different pulls, 2 hitting second target. The dominant here's the 50, gets the algo target damn near to the tick. So that is a lot of confluence, right? So you want, the idea is, can we lean into this as our solid low? Or can we be done here? And if we really back through the count, how solid are we here? Well, I propose that it's certainly not an easy count, and it's going to be open to interpretation. No question about it. As I'll often tell you, it's you either love it or you hate it about Elliott Wave, is that it can be interpreted multiple different ways. But I think this is a count that works here. So the bit that's a little tricky here, if there is the 5 legs coming down here. So this could be you could think of it as an ABC, but there's also a leading diagonal that gets me a motive wave into an A wave here. So from that, I think we have to go A, B, C, right? So we get a truncated C here. Now that's interesting because I think that's what happens again. So if this is an ABC into a W, well then it looks to me like with this being our problem wave, this being a three-leg, pardon me, an ABC, right? There is no motive in there. You can fudge fit it. It's not there. Believe me, I tried to make it work. So if this is an ABC into a W, from here, I've got a clear 5 here. This is a 3. So this must be the B, and then I can get a 5 here. So I can get an ABC here, and you see I put this triangle together to give me an X wave here. So A, B, C into a W, A, B, C into an X, leaving A, B, C. Right, so we've got to get there with this as the A, this is the B. Now, are we done here, right? So if we're done here, then we kind of find ourselves backing into the count that has been on this lower degree, has to have you finishing like this. Move these down here. All right, so this would give us this here. I'll put that in. We'll go subminuet. Okay, so A, B, we finished the C. Now, there is some confluence down here, so you have to, oh, pardon me. So we'd have to do it this way here. So you'd have A, B, C. So you have to allow for the expanded flat here for this to be the 2, then 3, 4, 5. Well, if this is an A, B, C, and again, I've shown this many times. We've looked at this, right? So it's, is it a C or is it a 3? So we come right down here. Well, here's the, get it right on there. Here's the 1, 6, 1, 8. Of the A to the B as it's proposed here as an AB. So I can get, so now add the 1, 6, 1, 8 on top of all the other confluence that I put down there. 2 second algo targets, 1 very large first algo target damn near to the tick. And you've got a lot of confluence down here. So this, having worked through it, I spent damn near an hour going through alternates to see, is there something I'm missing? What am I not seeing? And I keep coming back to this leg here. There is not an impulse in there. You can't do it. You can't do it without a very harsh force fit. This is an ABC. I can definitely get a clear 5 here, and even though this is we've considered this as an ABC, the 2 here, and it stays, it doesn't break on any exchanges. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Note here we don't get the overlap, so I get a true impulse to come down here to finish the C, but I get a truncated C. Right, that's an anomaly or interesting right to the point of control. I can definitely get 5 here. This must be a 3, so I got to go A, B, and I can get 5 here. So I get this odd-shaped X wave here, which gives me the A, B, C to finish down here. Right? I understand there's multiple ways this could be counted, but if I had to pick one, having just gone through it, because as I will often do and encourage you to do as well, strip it bare, work through one swing at a time, do the measurements, check the length. This, I defy you to get me an impulse there. It can't be done. This is a 3-wave. So process of elimination, right? You run out of alternates here. So even I even looked at this possibility here. You can see I have this triangle. So it looked like maybe we could get a triangle here. So we'd have something like this here, but we don't get. Right, we don't go far enough here. Even as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you'd have a truncated 5th here, and it doesn't work as well. So I think this is the better candidate as the X, meaning 5 down, 3 up, and I can get 5 here. So with that said, then we can kind of come back to this range that we're in with this established as a strong candidate. Now I've just got some, so here's the range. So all I've done, I've got the wolf range on here. We're still stuck in the range. So yeah, this is good, right? So yeah, you go down to a 15-minute. Wow, that looks huge, but there's not a lot there. Now I've got a set of shift median lines on here. We can see the median line here has been very good in terms of the resistance. Sure, we got through once, right? So we hovered, we got through, back under. So I think if this is going to start to go, we're going to need to see some legs here, and we're going to need to break out of this range, obviously, right? So even if we got up here to the upper parallel, well, that would be 50% of the range. So I'm just taking swing low to swing high. Here's the 50 in blue, 100. Here's the negative 50. Here would be the doubling of the range right here at this little cluster. Here would be 200% of the range, negative 1, pardon me, the 150 of the range coming right back into this prior A wave. So So for a bull, your best case scenario here is that we've gone 1, 2, and perhaps we've gone 1, 2 yet again. So this 3, 4, and 5 are going to need to be up here. Let's go, we'll go minuet. Let's get that in white. Okay, so if this is 1, 2, well, you know, so that would have to be the next, on the lower degree, that would have to be your next 1. So 1, you know, 2 is a little iffy here, and this is, you know, not a great start. 3, 4, 5. Let's get that. Oh, let's go to micro here, and let's put that in. We'll put that in blue. Okay, so if this is 1, 2, 1, 2, well, this not a great looking 1. So let's go down to the 1 hour, see if we can make sense of that. So here's the proposed, well, you know, you'd have to, this is slightly lower here. So in this count, to finish this as a diagonal, you've actually got to finish the 2 here. So you can see it. So you've got to finish this. You got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get that diagonal. We've been through that a couple of times, right? So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give me the one wave here. So, you know, anybody's guess here, you know, are you going here? Are you going here for a truncated C? If this is going to be a 1 wave, I think you've got to go here, because for this to work, to have this play as a 1, 2, we got to go 3, 4, 5. So we're looking for a diagonal to get us out of here. All right, so with that established as a candidate, so it's not gorgeous, obviously it's a bit ugly, but if this is 1, 2, well, let me get this in a, we'll go to here and put it something you can see. So we'll go to yellow so you can see it. Okay, 1, 2, A, B, C into a 3. A, B, C into the 4. Yes, it's not gorgeous, but it's our only option here as a diagonal. So diagonal, of course, we're start of the 1 wave through the pivot of the 3rd. Well, here's right where we're looking for it. So we get the 50 at the, we get the 4 right at the 50. So can we get up here and get to this algo target and complete the leading diagonal? If we complete the leading diagonal, then this starts to look better as a potential 1 wave of the 3rd wave of this degree, right? But this is the larger degree 2. We're just trying to get into the 1, 2, 1, 2 of the 3rd. So all of that is very bullish, but we're not there yet. We can't quite get there. We need to break this pivot. So this algo target would be a huge help, right? So we know algorithm bought it here. We don't, that's, I promise you, that's not random. So we're right here at the 50. You know, you got a little structure here, but this was the sell-off. People were freaking out, and now we've had a good reaction to it. So what happened here? You know, we know what happened there. So an algo kicks in, starts buying. Dominant swing low to dominant swing high, right to the 50. Look at the reaction. Now, to confirm, we need to get it up here to this target and then get a reaction there. Well, if that's going to be 1 of this degree, if that's going to be 1 and we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, all of that's still to come. We got to go, let's go to subminuet and let's put that, we'll go back to white. Come here. Okay, so this would help a lot, right? If we can finish this as a 1 here, this is going to start to look better, and then the anticipation would be, and I don't have it, I'm just going to use that as a target. We come down here, this is where this is going to start to look better. If we can come down here and get a reaction here for the 2 of this degree. All right, so first, let's get past this pivot. That algo target would be ideal, but this is the next trade setting up to get long is right here. That's your best opportunity here. If this is going to hold here, and we're going to hold into this bullish count, which I just took you through as to why I think this has a reasonable shot here. So I would love to see this come up here, confirm that at least I get a motive wave coming off of this. Right? This has been open to interpretation, right? Bears see ABC. But if we get this motive wave completed here, that's going to be a harder case to make. The problem with this count here is the ABC, right? So this little wick down, really, we're going to get 5 out of that? Not likely, right? They all break down at some point, but this is just, you know, what's the alternate? Truncated C here, then we'd have A, B, C maybe into a 1. But since we're so technical here, of the pivot on the 50, I think we can lean into this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So obviously a diagonal. So the ABC works. You're going to have to dig a little bit to get the ABC here, the ABC here, ABC, ABC. Can we get an ABC up here? All right, so would I be a buyer here? No, I wouldn't. But if we get up here, if I can confirm the motive wave here and I come down in 3, absolutely. I'm looking long and hard right here. All right, can we get into that sweet? Well, pardon me. Let me get this. Well, oh no, because this would be higher. Right, that's why I drew it there. Okay, so here's the next trade. First, let's get the motive wave completed. Watch for the 3 wave coming down. There'll be some. Oh, there'll be a set of median lines we can probably watch. So we've got a channel, obviously here. We can look if we got something like this. Right, again, just thinking ahead. So first, can we get up here? Can we get through the median line? Look to the tick. We've tagged it twice. Failed. It was the resistance. Make a case it was resistance here, resistance, resistance. Can we get up and get to that algo target? Break through the median line. If we can, this sets up beautifully. Right, then we're 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Very bullish. All right, so it's too soon, right? Not a buy here. I wouldn't buy right into all this shit. Look at this. All right, just take that resistance all the way across. I've been here multiple times. All right, let's get through it with some good volume. Get up here, complete the motive, and then sit and wait patiently, right, for the retrace. All right, guys, that would be, let me say it this way, that would be my current primary count. All right, guys, back to you.